Let's rewind a little bit for a second. Let's talk about blues.
Okay.
I hear a lot of blues in your music, in your voice.
Yeah. I mean, really, I'm 33 years old. I could have had, 30 years to decide that I wanted to be a blues artist.
Yeah.
Plus, being from Memphis and having so many young and old and in between blues musicians everywhere, it was easy for me to pick it up. And in fact, I had already picked up blues. I knew how to do blues, but I never decided to choose it as my own genre that I wanted to pursue. In fact, I wanted to do like a mix of hip hop and acoustic. You know how you want to be creative and set your own imprint. So just as of last year, I decided to leave Memphis to because I had performed all over here in a lot of venues, big and small, and I felt like the average person walking down the street didn't know who I was, and that didn't help when it come to me doing business and trying to put some food on my table for my family. So I figured that I need to leave the city of Memphis to find my tribe, find the people that's looking for someone like me, the people that I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? And so I decided to go up the street to Nashville, and I went up the street and I ended up meeting a very nice gentleman by the name of Mike Turney. I call him Papa T. He's the owner of a barbecue restaurant. Actually, it's the last juke joint in Nashville called Mama Zeke's juke joint in Hermitage, Tennessee. Okay. So I met him and I was doing some cover songs inside of his restaurant. And he was like, hey man, I love what you're doing. You got any originals? I was like, man, I got a bunch of originals. Which one you want to hear? He was like, well, hold on, slow down, young man. Do you have any blues originals? Man, you got me on that one. I ain't got no blues original. He was like, well, tell you what, you come up with a blues original song, man, and well, you can just come up with a blues song. We'll pick it up from there.
Right.
And he was like, what you doing later on? I was like, well, I'm planning on going back to Memphis because my mom's brother passed away. I'm gonna call him Uncle Jeff, and my mom called me and asked me to come back to Memphis to be his pallbearer. So I was like, I was planning on leaving either today or tomorrow. He was like, well, tell you what, you come back tomorrow, and I put some money in your pocket so you have some gas money to get back home, and you just do what you just did. You just perform for an hour or however long you want to, and I just put some gas money in your pocket before you leave. And I was like, all right. And so this is the owner of the establishment telling me this. So I'm taking it in my mind. He sees something in me, you know what I'm saying? He sees opportunity. So I said, man, I'm not gonna take I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity. I'm not gonna waste it. So I went back to my truck. I was sleeping in my truck while I was up in Nashville, and I wrote a blues song real quick that night. And the next day I performed that blues song. And after my set, he was like, man, what's that you performed that Don't Play With My Money song? And I was like, oh, that's my song. He said, I thought you didn't have any blues songs. I said, man, I wrote that last night after you asked me to write one. He said, boy, you kidding, you something else. So